just at each other's throats essentially with these picks. And the Ari versus Silas, we know how that matchup can become very volatile. As we're going to get into the game, Namera, I'm excited for some wonderful League of Legends action.
So am I. I'm always excited when it's LJL day. It's something which I've grown very used to over the last 2 and a bit years. And yeah, and it's great to see Ino picking up this carry into the top side into one of the best Aatrox players in the league. So maybe a bit of a thumbs up towards his lane opponent. Says, hey, I can play this one too. But now let's take a bit of a wider glance of what's happening with these team compositions. So I feel like early into the game, there's actually a lot of playmaking on both sides. You have a Viego that can gank early into the game. Level 2, level 3, you can start flashing in with that special lore, getting some stuns. You have lanes that can follow up on that too. On the other side, you got yourself a Lee Sin that wants to fight early. You got a Volibear that wants to fight early. Now, the LJL is not a region that likes to get that active early into the game. I'm just saying that there are some tools there to work with. And if everyone kind of holds their abilities and keeps their powder dry until the first Herald, the first real grouping of players across the map, it's going to be very explosive to watch. Watch how this early game goes. That's going to swing a very snowballing matchup between both of these high playmaking teams.
For sure. Definitely want to watch this early game. You know, yeah, how Flawless is going to path on this Viego, where he will show up first. You know, this is going to be interesting. I feel as if the bot lane, even though I wanted to see a lot of action between the two and a lot of time visited down there, I don't think we're going to get that. We'll see, right? I mean, you see that Nautilus can fight right away from level 1. It's just a problem of playing against this is a really high base damage, high utility bot lane between the Lee Sin and the Senna. They do a lot with their base utility of their kit in terms of lots of heals, lots of shields. You can see the safeguard start from the Lee Sin, just allowing Soul and Secret to walk up to the wave, use that piercing darkness, and then these safeguards. You have healing, shielding, so you can't really contest them in damage on that point. And you can see that that Yuhi and Fujimoto are not really finding anything to work towards there. Now, the question is, what can you do with this lane then? Because you know it's going to be pushing in right now because the Sen is pushing up so hard. But can you path towards the spot lane? Well, actually, because there are wards traded level 1, both junglers know exactly where the other one's pathing to. They've walked over Vision multiple times. You can see the Hatchmetra walked up towards, he went towards his full top side clear, going towards a full clear towards bot side. Both teams know exactly what the junglers are doing, which means that these lanes are free to brawl right now. Yeah, and interesting note, I believe this is just a standard start whenever you do pick a melee partner into the Senna, the Doran's shield over the Doran's blade, just for that extra regen and that, you know, that health and that little initial tanky stats. So I do like to see that coming out from RJ in secret.
I mean, it's a Lee Sin. It doesn't really matter what he builds. He's going to do exactly the same thing.
Right.
It does. I mean, again, like the early couple of levels from this lane, as you can see, actually the Sunwave just missing there. The thing about this lane is that you just find it so hard to trade against them. Look, how many shields, how many heals on top of that. They go in and they take such a bad. Okay, maybe don't take a tower shot.
Don't take the tower shot with the ignite. So he's burning down. Secret just got to get out of there. Flawless is right here though. Oh, there's a flash in from Fuji. Cancel the auto. Misses the dress line too. Oh, Flawless gets in, gets the stun down, maybe able to walk this down with the Conqueror proc, but here's Hatchmetra on the backside. Low health bars will get tagged by Soul here, has to flash away, and right now RJ's turning this on its head.
They've been absolutely destroyed.
Routed, destroyed, taken down, and first blood going to Soul.
Oh, and this all comes around one missed hook and buying enough time for a safeguard to come in. You can see how annoying it is to play against the level 2, the level 3 of this duo. Again, both of these teams have so much ability to brawl out very early into the game. It's very unlike the meta we've seen for the entirety of spring. Burning Core, they see the gauntlet thrown down and say, sweet, okay, trading on the bot lane, let's go for this. But this duo, if it does anything, is it brawls early. I mean, even with taking the ignite and the turret shot, the amount of work that this duo does is really visible here in this play. So I want you to look at what happens after this point, because when that flash auto comes in, if Viego was just a couple of hundred units closer, that's probably a guaranteed kill. That's CC into death. Doesn't happen out that way. Second round of the safeguard comes in. When you CC a volley bearer as they try to here, they try and disengage, actually refreshes Q cooldown too. So that doesn't help them at all at that point. The disengage is not successful. And Burning Core, they overestimate what they can achieve in this bot lane and give a lead over to what is a very oppressive bot lane if they get a lead.
Yeah, it's that. I think that fight was the definition of they had us in the first half. I'm not gonna lie, because there is no reason Secret should be able to take.
Or you can go for the take a turret shot to give them false hope, make it a slightly more relevant to the league.
Call an ambulance, but not for me. Just Secret, the man literally followed the Q under tower, ate a tower shot, and got ignited.
I appreciate that so much. Because, I mean, you can see what's happening with this, right? I mean, Secret, even just then, taking down a half HP. But so champions like Senna, you can say the same with Xayah and kind of Aphelios too. If they get access to the wave and get to hit minions, they get so much to do with. You can hit champions too as the mid jungle as well. That's a very easy pick on the flawless. He just dies for free.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's free real estate. As here's RJ once again in the bot lane for Burning Core. Fujimoto not so long sad. For this world. They're just going to bully him down. There's a charm out. You know, recap. He wants a little bit of the action too, as up 4 kills already is RJ here. And they haven't even taken the first dragon yet.
Oh, they take a plate. Yeah, Dice on the Silas actually has pretty good tower damage with the Silas passive, giving attack speed and all the rest of it. Right. But Rascal Jesters, they crush through the bot side of the map. That is 3 kills onto the duo lane, a kill onto Flawless, who, again, this Viego can do things early, but not when you don't have anyone ready to respond. Your bot lane was under turret. You know that the mid lane's out of lane too. Gonna go see what happens actually with the entirety of this. There's even gonna put...
Wow.
Look, Silas is literally just coming up to his mid lane turret. There is no way this is a safe place to you to go towards. You're playing as a full push. You have to play with respect, and that respect is not given. After that point, this is kind of a done deal. You know that there are 4 people on the bot side of the map. You're not going to be able to retreat from that turret. You try and make a desperate last stand. But again, the mobility, the healing, the shielding just means that Rascal Jester can pull off this kind of play really, really effectively. I am loving how Rascal Jester are playing out this composition and throwing this... question to Burning Core and saying, we're going to fight early. You ready? And the answer has been absolutely not so far.
Yeah, oh man. Pour one out for my buddy Flawless is, he's just kind of walked straight into his death there. That was really unfortunate. You hate to see it. But RJ, you know, I think they're just really still mad about that loss they took yesterday and how it was a little bit of an uncharacteristic loss. They weren't really playing to their strengths and how they're able to play the tempo of the game. And they're taking their frustrations out on Burning Core here in this
if we're gonna
first game.
Talk about that game, actually a lot of that was Recap getting shut down. He was playing against a Jet who picked Echo. I haven't seen that champion in such a long time. Now, Burning Core are looking to group up in force. The Herald has spawned. It's 8 minutes in. You don't have level 6s yet on your bot lane. You don't have that lightning crash, and you don't have the depth charge from the Nautilus. On the other side, there is actually a Dragon's Rage. You don't have the center ult, but Rascal Jester, they're ready to fight.
Burning Core, Fujimoto said, I'm going in, but I don't think the rest of the team was with him, as RJ are all there all day, ready to fight. Flawless barely getting away, has to ult over the side to get away. Dice is here, gonna try and make something happen over the side. Yuhi wants to win some support, but there's just nothing Burning Core can do in this situation.
And this is my huge problem with how Burning Core approach this Herald. Yes, I understand that Herald is a way to get back into the game, get a lot of gold through plates and all the rest of it, particularly when you take it very early into the game. But you've fallen behind against another composition that wants to brawl early. Yes, you have tools to do that yourself, but that doesn't mean you're alone in that regard. So Burning Core, they commit to a fight which is frankly not on their terms, and they get caught out. It's over-eager, and they're punished rightfully for it.
Definitely. And oh man, Rascal Jester not playing around, wasting no time at all, getting all the objectives as they can, forcing the fights. Fujimoto in an awkward place here. Gonna go flash Lance.
Not sure you want this, do you?
All right. Okay, they want something, as they will get a 1-for-1 trade, but here comes the rest as we do have Soul rotating up. Wow, that was a lot of damage coming out from Soul.
No
and Recap's gonna take the Q, still gonna give the credit over to Soul. And Yeah, Fujimoto, I'm not sure you wanted to take that, brother, because it does not go well for Burning Core in the end.
So I know that when the Lee Sin was locked in, we were questioning, oh, when was the last time that Hachimecha played that champion? And we gave this reasoning of Hachimecha being able to path around the map and just be the early playmaker that the region has typically played around. Turns out the Lee Sin's in the hand of Secret, and he's no slouch with it either.
Oh my god, no, don't do it to him. Okay, Secret's gonna back off from Yuhi, but I really thought we were just gonna see the quote-unquote support solo out the AD carry as Yuhi having to flash out to save his life, as the piercing shadow will not result in a kill, but just I admire the effort.
In fairness, when Ahri doesn't have ult, this is a fine play to make. This is just big brain from Hachimecha. This is maybe you should kind of see the fact that the top camps are down from Rascal Jester, likely not going to be going towards them. You know that bot lane hasn't been showing on bot tower either. There's a chance that they can be roaming. The information wasn't clearly there in Burning Core, but they choose to go for a flip. They try and find some play to get back into the game, which I do think they need to do. It's just that this one obviously ends up being very much a fight too far, and they don't really get much for it.
Yeah, and they're going to go ahead and drop this Herald down here, Rascal Jester in the bot lane. Take the last bit of these plates, just dawning on 11 minutes here. Oh, it's only been 11 minutes, but it feels like an eternity.
And you look at the timestamp, you're thinking, wait, hang on, shouldn't this be happening, maybe 3 minutes later, just when plates are falling? This seems to be very accelerated, and it absolutely is. And the the players which have been accelerated are Sol and Secret. Now, we were questioning for a lot of, particularly the first round robin, what the heck has happened with this 2v2? Because we expected them to be coming in absolutely hot off the press. We knew that these two were such an important part of Rascal Jester's success in the last season when they were a top team in the last summer split. But now we're really starting to see them wake up, come online, and be a huge threat. Sat with full turret plate gold down from that bot side with first tower, five kills between the two of them. Burning Core have to deal with an absolute warhead of a bot lane heading towards them.
Yeah, this is beautiful, man. Like, that's solidarity between Sol and Secret. 302, 203, my buddies got me, and they're just making this Lee Sin pick work, as we do see that Secret will be on the run here. I mean, he's Lee Sin, he can get out. His mobility is kind of crazy like that, as Burning Core trying to start a fight. They don't want to continue. This is over the side here. Finally comes Ino, and once again, Sol just picking up kills left and right. The World Ender is there, going straight in as the Stormbringer. Hachimecha dropping low. Yuhi will pick up a kill in the back half. He's untouched. He's free firing, and that's a double for him. Burning Core might be able to turn this around. Misses the charm out from Recap. This looks to be the disengage from Burning Core, but Yuhi free firing on the back, netting them something in the pocket for Burning Core here.
It is actually a 2 for 2, all things said and done, which is being credit to Burning Core, not something which they should have been able to do at that point. Gonna see a replay and see how that came about, because you were right in terms of saying, oh yeah, Secret's the Lee Sin, surely he can get out from this. And of course he does have the Lee Sin kick too if he wants the extra disengage, but Rascal has to choose to buy into this. Let's see where this goes a bit awry. For me, it's when Dice on the Silas starts stacking up the Conqueror, starts really getting into the fray. Yuhi's untouched so far. They don't end up getting that target down either. And then look at what Dice is doing. That auto attack, which is AoE from Sal's passive, starts shredding across multiple people. He steals the volley barrel, which is very strong early into the game. And then, I mean, Secret goes on a bit of a happy, fun journey and chooses that life is not worth living for that particular minute of play. And Rascal Jester hand over a shutdown there, actually, with the Lee Sin dying.
Yeah, just a little bit of a blunder and a trip, resulting in a big pocket of gold pickup for Yuhi and the boys of Burning Core, as they're looking for an answer here. We have second Herald spawning here in about 35 seconds, and all eyes are looking towards his top side, looking to contest. All of the top laners have become bot laners, and Recap has become a gray screen lurker. Stolen charm, baby! Dice making it happen. Shutdown coming in from Flawless, stealing ult, stealing champions all together. Burning Core, you thieves in the night, once again picking up a few kills for themselves.
I mean, is that just the you versus the charm she tells you not to worry about? Dice with the just dashing forward, managing to, or rather, no, sorry, Flawless, getting the stolen charm from Recap, overstepping. This is actually a pretty big moment in this game. It's a big momentum shift. Recap looking to get away some of that vision that Burning Core had set up defensively in their own jungle, but they're too far away from a center queue. They're too far away from an amount of CC to come in and return. And Recap gets caught out in a very awkward position and is very far from his team to stay safe.
Yeah, and it's like in the replay, you saw Recap spot somebody out with the
sweeper, yeah,
with the sweeper, but he turned away just a little too late. Oh, Secret, no way, go for the 1v1 against Dice, and he gets it with the assist from the tower. Wow. Well, we were just praising Burning Core.
Turns out in this order of the blind monks, there's a secret technique to killing people in tower dives. And just as we're fighting over vision, it's a dead Nautilus. Rascal Jester, they find a couple of awkward fights back to back, but they are not done yet.
Oh yeah, a couple awkward fights, but Burning Core just giving over 2 quick kills in a matter of just less than a minute, or a minute rather, is that was just
going.
Oh my goodness, Secret making me lose my words here as they are posturing forward in this mid lane. I doubt Burning Core is actually going to try and go for a fight here.
Oh, Flawless, no.
But Secret playing super secret jungler in this game with this Pocket Lee Sin pick, as once again they get another kill to his name. You mean to tell me this support Lee Sin's 4-1-5 with a gore drinker? Oh Jesus.
I mean, Sen is very much helping in that regard. I think Salsa says like, yeah, don't really care about the minions this game. Of course, the change to Sen, I mean that you're mainly letting your lane partner take the farm, and this is such a great play by Secret.
The flash kick.
He gets tagged by the extended Doug, but then he safeguards away from the initial landing point, so extra follow-up autos aren't enabled. I know it has flash. Is it a 1v2 though?
Perfect flash to escape the explosive cast, but here comes Fujimoto to the dying shadow, baby.
Stop diving
Downtown.
Stop diving.
You can't do it. Stopwatch to buy time. There is the tower there, flashing in. Ray Farkey will confirm the kill off of that, but oh my goodness, that was almost terrible for Burning Core.
I mean, that's still a 1-for-1 and a 1v3. Having to blow a stopwatch, having to blow so many resources. Rascal Jester, they are styling on Burning Core across their whole team.
Yeah, absolutely. And just Soul from downtown with the Dawning Shadow as he lands another W, binding on to Flawless, who once again will go down in this third Drake uncontested. We hadn't even touched on the Infernal Rift. Because there's just been so many people, bodies dropping left and right and center. As Rascal Jester just flexing all over Burning Core right now.
They're flexing so hard. I mean, Set was banned, can't stop them stopping the show in their own damn time. And you do get the objective bounty being taken by Dice from taking down that top lane turret. And Dice on this Silas is, at this point, probably the X factor for Burning Core. You get one good pick and you get the Conqueror stacked up, then suddenly that unlocks the Viego starting to go off. You can steal one of those souls. So Rascal Jester, they have cleaned up the way that they've been playing just a little bit in the last couple of minutes, and they've not been overstepping the way that they did a couple of times beforehand. But watch out for Dice on the other side. That's the one person I'm looking at to say maybe they can change the fortune of this game for Burning Core.
For sure, yeah. I'm really looking towards Dice and Flawless to make stuff happen, get those resets, get those stolen abilities in their pocket to change the tide for Burning Core as Flawless walks straight into Recap. Dice was over there, so he's like, hey, I can maybe make something happen. But these two, this mid-jungle duo, this thieving duo, rather, definitely going to try and make something happen, as we do have Herald in the top lane.
You made this? I made this, duo.
This is your ultimate? This is our ultimate.
Okay, well, he's trying to take some Krogs, but Ashimecha says, no, you're not allowed to be the Prince of Thieves in this one. Become a pauper once more. Sol and Secret working their way back up, and we might be in for another fight.
Yeah, looking for another fight, or just, they're just going to take Shelly. Doesn't even get the charge off on the second tower.
A rare retreat in this game, choosing not to go for the big fight. I, for one, am shocked.
Who would have thought? Burning Core not taking a fight? Interesting. As once again, Ray Farkey and I know just doing big body, big boy things in the bot lane. As top players.
So we have obviously more item completions coming in. You can see that obviously Senna went for the Eclipse, very bursty, getting the Rage Blade second, saying, yeah, it's a good item in general, and the on-hit very much helping. Dice, the X-Factor player, trying to play around the side lane, but there's a response teleport.
Here we go. Response teleport immediately into the stun from Flawless. But Hachimech is here, and so is Secret, and so is Soul. It's a 5v2 in the top lane. Oh, Burning Core, you thought you had it, but your goose is got, as Flawless is going to be burning down and will be taken out. Will be claimed by Recap. In the mid lane, though, Burning Core trying to make something happen, trying to get some gold in their pockets. We'll get the objective bounty on to Yuhi. And yeah, just 7 seconds away from this Baron.
That's exactly the thing, right? It's 7 seconds away from Baron, and you think, oh, wow, there's been how many kills in this game? Oh, yeah, Baron's only just spawning. Now, there are some higher kill regions than us. The LJL does like to take it a little slow in the early game. This is a very fast-paced game for us. Baron has only just spawned, but even with that kind of in the equation, of course, that meant that Rascal Jester couldn't take it earlier. They couldn't snowball the game into like probably a game-ending advantage. There is still a sliver of hope here for Burning Core. You can see the way that Rascal Jester are playing on side lanes. Burning Core occasionally have options to pick people off. However, Burning Core get themselves another objective bounty. They're starting to claw back some gold. The gold is not out of sight yet. The question is, what can you actually transfer that into? You do have 2 items now on Zeri. Maybe Zeri's the person that can pop off in these team fights if they're untouched, but still a long way to climb up this mountain for Burning Core. As Rascal Jesters, they have plenty of big items completed on their own. 2 items on the mid and 80 carry.
Yeah, the items are there. The gold's just there. You know, the passives are there. This is Dragon Soul point for Rascal Jester. Burning Core having to make something happen. They're pushing in as many waves as they can. You saw that RJ didn't opt to go for that Baron after they got the pick on to Flawless, even though all 5 members were top side. They decided they want to reset and get back up out on the
map.
Spend that gold.
With a minute until Dragon, with a very early soul point on the table, Burning Core are very much against the wall, because while they have been playing a wider map, trying to catch people in rotation, even if they commit to one side of the map, there's a chance that a big objective falls at the same time. Rascal Jester don't care about giving up 1 dragon if it leads to a Baron. Burning Core can't say the same. They can't allow an Infernal Soul to come through, especially when these fights have been so bursty, so heavy skirmish, and everyone is coming to party. It's 40 seconds. Start taking that timer down.
Yep, the 22-minute Baron Soul is on the table, as all 10 members of this game are situated around this bot side. You see, once again, RJ clearing out that mid wave to have an advantage push. And they gave up dragon positioning, but they can easily just take it back. You would have to assume. Guys stepping a little bit forward here. As Secret's gonna follow and get an amazing kick onto it, and that's the party started. We do have Flawless jumping over the side. Recap will get the first kill in this fight. Dice is down, Dice is gone. Ray Farkey next on the table. Hachimech gonna go ahead and send them there. As, yeah, mid lane, no problem. Position, no problem. RJ, they just have all the tools that Burning Core lack, and they're going to go ahead and claim this very early Dragon Soul. And I see the pings on the map. You see them too. They're heading for that Baron.
And they absolutely should be. They have so many fighting tools left available to them. Even with this, they can use all their ultimates. They still have flashes, and they've got an Infernal Soul on top of their items too. Dice, he's positioning aggressively. He knows he needs to look for something, look to steal that ultimate, but Secret finds his target. There's one player which we called out earlier and said, hey, maybe Dice can be the difference maker. He's the one with real playmaking opportunities, the ability to catch people out, and Secret, for not even the second time this game, gets a huge play on the Lee Sin. It is, I mean, this is what happens when supports are unleashed. We can't allow them to have these kinds of champions, folks.
Yeah, clearly, I mean, like, we were talking about it. It's like, oh yeah, we've seen the support Lee Sin. It's worked before. It's working in this game as well. As Secret showing us another tool set of his. We're like, oh yeah, Secret, he's gonna play engaged champions. Oh yeah, you know, he's gonna play like the not. He's gonna play the.
I mean, that wasn't engage.
In fact,
by sheer definition, that was definitely the start of a fight.
Just showing he can play his style on literally any champion.
Now, this is really interesting by Burning Core, though, seeing this on screen for the last 30 seconds. You see that Burning Core, they're trying to group up to find a miracle pick, but Rascal Jesters aren't having any of it. They're pushing down mid, playing through mid and bot. There's a chance of a long flank coming in, but if they walk outside of that Raptor pit, you can see that there's red wards all the way through it. So Rascal Jesters gonna slip the net on that one. And Burning Core, while it's a creative attempt, they are going to lose multiple lanes of push for it, and they're going to start really falling into a deficit. And of course, the Baron is still on the table. It actually wasn't taken during that replay. Rascal Jester still have that to fall back to and secure.
Yeah, just a lot of time wasting done by Burning Core, looking for that deep mid flank as Dice and Rayfarki going to try and get onto Ino.
Recap's here.
Yep, going to be dodging out, goes ahead and burns these hourglass here, gets caught out of the charm, right out of it, steals one for himself, but nothing's going to come from it, as I know he claims that kill after they try to jump onto him, and Hachimecha will take out Rayfarki once again. It's just Rascal Jester putting the boots to the heads of Burning Core. Such great gameplay. Recap definitely feeling better after yesterday's blunder, and with 3 members dead on Burning Core, Rascal Jester can surely end this game. They have a big enough wave. They have the
with both solo loners dead, you gotta think so. They have 5 people pushing down these turrets.
Flawless
they have
is
all
the
damage they need to. And Flawless just had to run into the other side of the map, and he's just given up on the game.
All right. That's a little beat that I've never seen any, but that will be perfectly fine for Rascal Jester, as they're going to, pad the KDA just a little bit as they take down Burning Core and net themselves another win.
And with